Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Welcome to Time with Tammy. So typically these videos are more geared towards traditional tech, meaning uniform tech that works for anybody, no matter what they're using. And I want to do that, and I want to stay on that frame, and I want to be able to offer information that works for everybody, meaning it doesn't really matter what you're using. Technically, it's still going to help you. What I'm telling you is still going to help you to achieve what you want to do. That said, I do own a company, and I do want to do self-promotion. I do want to do things that promote what I do. Anybody who is an owner of something, or anybody who's really good at marketing and branding, like I do feel like I am. I know that people like to throw some shade at me sometimes and try to tell me that I'm not good at what I do, but they know I am. That said, I also want to have some of this tech be also about just the company. That would be stupid for me not to want to be self-promoting. So I would like to talk about today on this particular tech video why I do feel like Revolt is a good fit. Now, granted, it's not going to be a good fit for everybody. I am not maybe the best fit for everybody that is in this game. Now, I will say that if we're going to be totally frank, if you don't like me, why? You don't like maybe the way I present, you don't like the way that I dress, you don't like certain, things about me that have nothing to do with paint. And I deal with it daily. And to be totally honest, I am past that for the most part, and I try to look past it. And I don't like to be a female in a very male-driven industry that likes to try to act like the female aspect of it is something that matters. Now, I'm not stupid. I 100% know that the female aspect of it works for me and it works against me. In many cases, it works for me. And it's something that people who are my competition have tried to throw at me since I can remember. I can remember back in the jobber days when I was a teenager, that was being thrown at my parents then. I was one of two other sisters. I had three sisters growing up. I was one of three sisters. And we all three were selling in the jobber store when we were young. And all three of us independently, looked the way that we looked, but we also had similar traits and things like that. And it was thrown at us all the time that, oh, you just use your daughters to sell because of how they look. Not based on the fact that maybe we actually had knowledge, not based on the fact that we were raised in this and that maybe we just knew what we were talking about. So it's very easy for the people that don't want to buy from me to look at me and decide, well, I don't want to buy from her based off of some aesthetic that you don't like. And that's your choice. You can not buy from me because of some aesthetic you don't like. But riddle me this, is it because I don't know what I'm talking about? Because I assure you, you know I do. You know by watching my videos I know what I'm talking about. My competition that does not like me, that likes to trash talk me every single day, I hear it all, doesn't like me. You think that it's because I don't know what I'm talking about? They absolutely know that I know what I'm talking about. And that's the problem. And to me, that is the problem with the majority of people that right now don't pull the trigger on Revolt. The aesthetic part of it is the easy thing. Oh, well, she always has her boobs out. She always dresses a certain way. She has fake lashes. Look at her makeup. Those are the easy things to say to me, even though I look like this on camera, off camera. This is how I look. This is how it's just how I am. It's just me. And am I supposed to not be me to make you more comfortable in your buying decision? No, that's not how I operate. Because the truth is, I don't care if you buy from me. I want you to buy from me. But I don't want you to buy from me if it's not going to be because I'm not aesthetically pleasing to you. If you don't like the way I look, fine, buy elsewhere. But can those people do what I do for you? And that's what the point of this video was. It's not to complain about you not liking the way I look or whatever else. It's about, do you buy from somebody because of their knowledge and what they give you, or what is it? Because if I were a guy who had been in this for a period of time, and I looked a certain way and I dressed terribly and I just looked sloppy like a lot of the reps do, and if I looked that way, you'd be totally fine with it. Well, he's a guy. He knows what he's talking about. He's been in this forever. He's a painter. He paints. So if I acted like that, you guys would love it. You'd eat it up. And I've always felt that way. I have to jump over the hurdle of not being a guy, not being a painter every single day. Was I trained to be a painter? Absolutely. From a young age. Am I somebody who's worked in a body shop Absolutely. Every day of my life, I worked in a body shop every single day after school. I got out at 11:30. I got out early, went to work at a collision shop every single day, a large collision shop in Virginia Beach. This is something I've done. I was trained by a body shop that my dad owned whenever I was 13 and 14 years old. I had people that trained me. I've literally done all aspects of this. I have stripped cars down with aircraft stripper, the good stuff before it turned to trash. I've done all kinds of stuff. I've painted in collision booths. I've cut and buffed. I've prepped. I've been taught all the things that every single one here knows how to do. I've taken custom paint classes. I've done all the things. But somehow it's still not good enough for a lot of people, because somehow they think that if you're a painter, it means more. Well, this is the thing. Riddle me this. Every single person that you buy from is not a painter. The majors aren't painters. BSF, they're not run or owned by painters. Exalta, PPG, House of Color, Sherwin-Williams, they're not run by painters. House of Color was started by somebody who was a painter, not a chemist, but a painter. Worked with people that were chemists, but he himself's not a chemist. You guys are okay buying from him. You were this entire time. He has no chemistry degree. He got into this. If you've watched any of the videos back in the day, if you watched anything that is out of his own mouth back in the day that came from John, he intermixed brands. He was taking PPG. He was doing all kinds of things. And he was creating his own colors in the very beginning when he first created his company. And he turned it into something way larger, way epic and iconic. And House of Color is absolutely an epic and iconic brand that John started. Do I think it's that now? Absolutely not. And I think that's what happens when you sell it to corporate companies. And I am 100% against corporate paint, and I will be to the day I die. But that said, it was epic before he went corporate. Maybe you don't like me because I'm not polished and I'm not the way you want, because I'm not corporate and I'm not going to be. And one of the issues that I had with the company that I was at before was that I made it very clear I wasn't going to be corporate, that I am me and that's what you're going to get. And that works well sometimes for people because they're like, we got her. She's really good at selling. She's really good at marketing. We can use her the way we want. The problem is you can't, because I do things the way I want to do them. And that's why a lot of people do like me. The problem is that some people aren't able to put aside certain things they feel about me personally in order to hear the things that professionally I'm absolutely excellent at. And anybody that doesn't like me could never even hold a conversation with me. And they know that's true too. Have a one-on-one conversation with me. You couldn't hold it. Because my background's not just from selling it in a paint store. My background's not just from being in a body shop. My background's not just from talking to people every single day. My background that I am very fortunate to have had came from manufacturing. That is the one thing that no one has over me. They might be in manufacturing that they claim now. They might be doing things now, but then they lack every single attribute to come after me. They don't know how to sell. They don't know how to market. They don't know how to do any of these things. They don't know how to keep up with what you have to do today. So if we're being totally honest, the reason that I have so much hate is because I'm a full package when it comes to what this industry needs. I have the intelligence to answer your questions on a technical level. I have the intelligence to answer your question purely as a painter. I am friendly when you have a conversation with me, and anybody that has will tell you I'm one of the nicest people they ever talk to. I'm one of the most down to earth people you will ever deal with. I'm not sitting here bragging about myself. I'm just giving you the reasons that my haters don't like me. And it's not because of anything that I lack. And that's what I've really come to realize. It's everything that they lack. So if you haven't bought from Revolt, I want to know why. I literally want you to answer beneath this video. And that is the entirety of this video. I want to know what I am doing wrong. I want to know how to fix it. And if it's something that I can fix, that I'm willing to fix without you telling me to be a completely different person and act a completely different way, I am totally willing to listen. But I want to know, by people that don't like me, that watch every single thing I post, what is it? What is the reason you don't purchase from me? Is it because I worked at 2 other companies prior to having Revolt? Is that it? Is it because I am online and I look a certain way? Is that it? Is it because you see my boobs at different times? Is that it? What is it? Is it because I'm a female and not a male? I really want to know from the people that don't like me, that like to leave comments and like to make comments in other groups and like to spread rumors and all these things else. I want to know for real below, why don't you like me? And I want a real reason so I can debate it back. And that is the point of today's video. RevoltAutopaint.com. Learn to like me if you don't, because it will benefit you in the end.